And in other news, it's midweek, time to check in with the Superintendent of Schools in Glendive, Stefan Schreibeis, and good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good to be here.
How you doing?
I'm good today.
How's school life?
Well, school is good and it's rolling. We're in our almost fourth week now. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yep, we're midway through our fourth week. I know the first week was kind of a half week, but nonetheless, we're moving forward, trying to settle into the 23-24 school year, and always lots going on. That's for sure.
Going to be a little cooler for you here coming up next week. We're finally out of that real hot weather, and I'm sure that's a relief to several school classrooms.
It absolutely is, and some of our classrooms still get up pretty warm, and it's hot, and it makes the learning environment rough. And then the only downside with the cooler weather is that means snow's coming, and eventually, and and that just brings its own other challenges. But yeah, it's been going well, and I'm glad to be in a new school year.
We got to say something about that Big Red football team and that big win on the road with the Cowboys. Go for it.
Yeah, no, that was a great win. Those boys, deserved that, and what a great victory to. When there was a streak like that, I mean, when you think about that streak, and I think it was 26 years since we've beaten the Cowboys. Yeah, it's so nice to be able to get over that hump, though, right? Everything's mental in our own lives, personally, in sports, your job. It's winning that mental, battle with trying to get over little humps, and I think that's something that those boys should be very proud of.
We're going to start our own streak now, right?
That's exactly right. That'd be great, especially against the Cowboys, right?
And we got a couple things coming up other than that, too, cross country at the Cottonwood Country Club this week, and we got the Gary Nelson coming as well. So
yeah, that's tomorrow.
Busy sports time.
Definitely is. We have some home volleyball games, and football's away, and just like you said, cross country and golf. We got a lot going on here in Glendive this week.
Well, because you got Monday off, you going to school Friday or not?
Nope. We already have it built into our schedule. We do have this Friday. We definitely have our first Friday school, though. So those students who need a little bit more extra help will be coming on Friday, and it's our first one of the year. And then we have Fridays throughout the year dedicated for that. So we will have kids in the building on Friday for sure.
All right. So how does that work? Sign up or send to, or a little of both?
Yeah, so it depends on the school, but for the most part, if students qualify, if they are deemed non-proficient, then they come in to get their stuff taken care of and get extra help, and that starts at 8 o'clock on Friday. So parents will be notified of if their kid needs to be there or not. So one thing to just kind of mention in this with any new school year, but one of the main ways that we try to communicate with our families is by email. We do Facebook and things like that, but we also, the main way to get information is to get emails. And so if you aren't getting emails, you really need to contact your kids at school, make sure your information is updated. That's the information we go off of. That's the best way to get information, because posting on Facebook or any kind of social media with the algorithms and different things, we cannot make sure that everyone gets that information. And so we do post on there. We do put information on there, but that's not the main way we get it. That's just an actual added layer, I guess you could say, of trying to communicate out to not only our parents but the public as well. But it's mainly through those emails, and so making sure that their information is correct at the school level. If you haven't been getting emails, then you definitely need to contact the school and make sure they have your correct email address.
All right. Well, everybody's still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as we begin this new school year?
Yeah, well, we definitely, the honeymoon period is over in some of our schools in some aspects. And so, our administrators are, just like every year, dealing with different things to help make our schools safer, One thing I wanted to mention to parents is, vaping is on the rise, and the hardest piece about vaping is you won't even know it because how they make the smells of those things, it smells like candy. And so they actually have highlighters that looks exactly like a highlighter, works like a highlighter, but it's a vaping pen. And so it is really difficult for that. It's something that parents need to be aware of because it is on the rise here in Glendive. It's all over as well, but here in Glendive we have seen an uptick not only in the high school but also in our middle school as well. So just be aware of that. If you have questions, you can contact the building principals. They'd be happy to let you know, and we'll be having more information to kind of get information out to parents to just see what to look for and so forth to help, make sure your kid's going down the right path. So.
All right. Anything else you'd like to share, Mr. Schreiber?
Just the only thing we haven't talked about in a while, because of me mentioning snow flying, one of the things we're really trying hard to get taken care of is Lincoln Elementary School. We have closed on the loans that we ended up having to get. We are really close to all the heating and cooling being done in the 1952 part of Lincoln. We're getting everything set for the modulars to be put in, and those are still on schedule as of right now. There's always things in the supply chain that can always happen, but right now we are on schedule with everything happening, hopefully getting this thing ready before the snow flies. And once that happens, we are going to do our best to try to switch this thing out, but we will be asking the community for some help with different items just to help us make it as less of a disruption as we possibly can. And it's something that is difficult, but we can't have weather doesn't cooperate with us as best as we can. So we're hoping that it will cooperate as best as it will this year. But with anything, things change in Montana at a blink of an eye. So we're doing our best to get this thing prepared and ready as quickly as we can. So.
Well, thank you for spending a bit of time with us, and go Big Red.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.